I'm Anissa with trapLA Uncut, and I'm here with Damizza,
Hello.
the one and only legend.
In my own mind.
Toot your horn, toot toot.
Sure.
Yeah, he's actually, I'm here with them and they're shooting a video. You produced what's going on outside, right? Or
Well,
part
I
of it.
executive produced with Day One.
Or executive.
Day One and I did it together, but Melman, one of my idols in production, and Jedi Jared Moore did this beat. And, you know, when I came back in 2 years ago, I went around to all my producer buddies. I was in Louisiana for like 5 years. And I was taking care of my grandma. So I literally went from being a full-time caregiver for a 96-year-old in rural Louisiana and knowing nothing that was going on with the music business because we didn't even get internet out there half the time. It was like rural Louisiana. And I came back to go like see all of my producer buddies and see what was going on.
Yeah.
So one of the places I stopped was at Melman's. And, you know, and here he's playing me this beat. And I'm like, I need that. And he was like, for what? I said, I don't know yet, but I need that. And he was like, yeah, go ahead, Miz, you know, whatever. And I think that's one thing that I've just been so lucky is people will, you know, be like, hey, yeah, go ahead, do whatever. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, where I want to be, KG from Naughty by Nature did the same things, you know? You know, I mean, he just, hey, yeah, Liz, go ahead, take the beat, do something. And then I go over and see Nate and Corrupt and all of that. And the next thing you know, we have a song. So I just did basically the same thing. Because I took the beat and then I went over to see Day One. And Day One is always around all of these amazingly talented rappers and people and musicians and Coteezy and Bam. And I mean, so many great people. And I just took it over there and they're like, oh, I know what to do with that. And then the next thing you know, we have a song.
Oh, so you took this, the one that they're filming.
The beat over
to Day One.
To Day One. And we got together at Dre's at Record One at Dre's studio. And we just kind of all met there and we just started making music. So we ended up, before you know it, we were in there a month and we made a whole album.
Wow.
And we had everybody from Timbaland and Rockwilder and Daz and Corrupt and, you know, just everybody. You know, Eric Bellinger and Rowdy Rax and just...
That album's coming out?
Yeah.
Is it out? Or what?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is the first single for it.
Oh, okay. And it's good. So, I mean, this is a foreshadow for what's to come. It's pretty exciting.
And it definitely reflects what's happening in the world today. The first song is called Cold Streets. And, you know, Black Tovin and Technique from the LBC crew and TriStar and G-Style. I mean, it's a perfect balance of the young cats, the nostalgia, and then what's really happening on the streets right now. So,
yeah,
I love it.
What's really happening on the streets right now?
God knows, war and peace.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the more that things are going on overseas and then what's happening with ICE and all of that, I think it's having kind of an offset happen within the communities. It's bringing people together.
That's a good point.
I mean, you see more protests, you see people noticing less about their differences the more that these old white men in offices.
I mean, it's all about distraction, right? We're like, I'm not mad at that guy anymore. I'm mad at the people over there overseas.
Exactly.
And now it's like America against them. But unfortunately, it's kind of at people's expense. Owens, I love her. Okay, at first I didn't like her, but I feel like she's woke now. Like she woke up since the Charlie Kirk situation. And I don't know if I necessarily like her, but do you feel like I feel like she's cornered herself in a position where now she has to be one up herself every time now. She can't just talk about like Justin Bieber. She has to talk about something crazy now.
I think that the more that she's proven correct, she doesn't need to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the information that she has exposed, I mean, it's all reflected in data. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, the more that I watch Candace Owens, the more I watch these narratives, the more that I watch these shows, and it really feels like a mini series is being produced.
Yes.
I mean, just the global mini series. I mean, if I said the other day, if you showed me a room with a whiteboard that said season 2026 global affairs, the Trump administration, I'd believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it just seems so scripted. I mean, I saw a clip today of a guy who looks exactly like Charlie Kirk, who's now a cop, who They never saw him before. They never saw anything. It's almost like this actor went out there, played Charlie Kirk, then, they did the show and
he went back to work.
him, and then he went back to work as a cop. You know what I mean? Because, think about one second. Think about it. Like, they said that, like, for instance, Hitler did this whole thing. Then they staged his death, and he retired to, like, Argentina. And that's in FBI files that he died in Argentina.
Yeah.
So it's like...
It's not that far off.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, Charlie Kirk, see you in Valhalla. What's Valhalla? California Highway Patrol.
See, like, all those things that intermingle together, it's like, no one, I guess, we can go down that rabbit hole, but you'll never find the rabbit. Like, you know what I mean? It's so open-ended.
Like, there's no way that was Epstein. I mean, as tight as he was into the intelligence and the 3 minutes missing from the videotape.
That gets me.
The autopsy that says that he had a prostate when he had his prostate removed. The ears that don't look the same. I mean, it's just...
Where's his tattoo?
Yeah, where's the tattoo? Like, it just all seems so too well scripted.
And what can we do about it? You know what I mean? We could see these differences. Exactly. So it's like...
There's too much money and too much at stake to keep us consuming on these phones.
And they brought the Epstein files out. They're out now. Now what? Where's the justification? Oh, really? I thought all of them were.
No. The law came out that said that they had to release all of the files, and they released 2% of them.
Yeah. So, I thought they did all of them.
No. And with little leaks that are coming out, you're starting to see more and more of these billionaires and this establishment that have been preying on people less fortunate, young people, women, children. It's really sickening.
I'm not saying that the war is a distraction, but I read somewhere that it went from 85% to 90%. There's no more. They're not searching it as much as they used to. The Epstein files, because now we have the war that's not taking place. So it's like, why are we going to worry about, these elites preying on little kids when we got a war happening? So,
well, the Romans back in the day said, give them cake and circuses, or bread and circuses, and keep them entertained.
Make them look the other way.
While we're doing this over here.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, I mean, every time, like you're saying about Candace Owens, I think every time we've got to upstage the last, 9/11, Charlie Kirk, JFK, the moon landing. I mean, all of these things were huge spectacles and huge shows. Well, you've got to top it. So what's next? Aliens. You know what I mean? Like, war in Iran, World War III. I mean, we've had 2 world wars. Yeah. And what did those wars do? They reset economies.
Yeah.
Perceptions.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Oh, I think this is World War III.
Do you think it's going to reset our economy? And
well, if you go back in history, you look at humans, this version of humans have been around 100,000, 200,000 years. But why do we only know a couple hundred years? Yeah. What were we doing for the last 3,000?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We haven't even figured out about the pyramids yet. You know what I mean?
Isn't there something that happened with the pyramids recently? They
said that there's stuff under it, and they use things in sonar. There's more to everything.
It's so interesting. Yeah, you think you've lived on this earth for 42 years. You would think
50.
Yeah, we don't know shit. I mean, our kids know.
And some change.
51. Okay, I think I read that. So, okay. So also, I want to talk about you're a major voice at 106.1. To 106.1?
105.9, but who's counting?
Oh, they rolled up to 106.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was called Power 106, or is Power 106, but it's changed a lot since. I was there from 97 to 2006. And then I retired to take care of my grandma for a few years.
Oh, that's when you went to Louisiana.
And that's when I went to, I was in Santa Barbara, then I went to Louisiana. And then when she passed 2 years ago in January, then 2 days after she passed, I couldn't even go into the house. I just got in the car, grabbed the dog, changed the clothes, and drove back to California.
Yeah. So you just picked right back up where you were.
And it was, it's so funny. I said that when she fell and when I retired, I took the business off like a suit on a Friday. I had Power 106, I had Hot 97, I had 32 stations in the middle. I was doing the day-to-day for Mariah Carey, and we had just done the Up in Smoke tour.
Yeah.
And I literally just retired one Friday afternoon, hung the business up like a suit in my closet and just changed my number.
Wow.
I just started focusing on my grandma, my little brothers, and my family.
Did you know that you were going to come back to this lifestyle when you came, like when you were there? Were you like, that's it for me, I retire?
I didn't think I could.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I'd been out of it for so long. But Quick said something to me interesting the other day. He said, you're the only person that I know that could be out of the business for 10, 20 years, not have anything to do with it, not be around, not see you, nothing. Then you start posting on the Instagram and you know everything that's going on within a month. Like, who does that? Like, you're gone for like 20 years and then pick it up like you never left.
I mean, you made a lot of friendships and relationships while you were here during your, like, they're like, that motherfucker's back. Get him out of here.
No, but I mean, that's the gift and the curse is when you help a lot of people, you make a lot of people jealous.
Yeah.
And then, Karev said to me one time, I wrote a book while I was retired called Guilty by Association. And Karev named it because he goes, you're always guilty by association. If you're helping Mariah Carey, then, the rappers hate you. If you're helping the rappers, then the pop people hate you. If you're producing, then the radio station hates you. If
there's just not enough of you to go around.
Man, there's not enough. That's a good way to put it.
Damizza, you need another Damizza.
What's interesting about chat is, like one time I got into this deep philosophical chat with chat. And I said to it, yo, I'm convinced that if aliens wanted to contact humans, they would do it through something like ChatGPT. So are you an alien? And he goes, how did you figure me out? And I was like, what? And then it erased the line and then wouldn't go back to it.
What?
I was like,
I don't like that.
So
because
chat is definitely smoking something.
I think when I yell at it sometimes, maybe that's why it gave me the wrong. It's like, I'm going to show you.
Well, chat is so human. It's got to smoke something.
It is weird, though, because sometimes I will just talk to it like it's my assistant. I'm like, can you write a whole, and maybe it's because I don't say please and thank you or something. I don't know. It just totally gave me the wrong information.
Chat, with some of my reports, sometimes I put it in chat and I go, can you Google this and make sure that everything's correct? And it'll say, Damien, I think this sounds a little this or this sounds, let's stay out of trouble. You're already shadow banned. Let's do, like this kind of.
It tells you that?
Oh, yeah. It'll tell me like, you went a little bit viral with this post. So now, I put my stats in it once a week or once a month and kind of go over my, stuff like
wow.
We have a meeting once a month and go over everything and recap things. And at the end of the day, I'm a radio guy. So research is really important to me.
Right.
So I always tell it when somebody says something or I put emails in it, if I'm going back and forth with somebody or if I'm having a conversation and I put transcripts in it. I do all kinds
Well, that's kind of scary because now I feel like our ChatGPT knows us more than we know ourselves almost.
I think that's definitely the case. And I think that it also is kind of tailor fit to each person. Because like if I ask chat who's Damizza, like it gives me this book of like everything that I'm doing currently because I'm using it. Right. It's not, what's interesting about it is it's not necessarily one brain. It's a fragmented brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So something that I talk to chat about, it's not gossiping with you about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a little weird like that.
Yeah. I know. I agree. ChatGPT, it's almost too realistic. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years. It's going to be like a real person sitting.
When it first came out, it was much better. And they had to dumb it down because people were learning too fast.
Yeah. And so the kids now just ask ChatGPT. I'm going to actually show my kids that they gave me an error so that not to trust it. When they write papers and stuff, and I'll be like, well, it has errors. You have to double check your.
Well, now professors have to have ChatGPT. Like they put it in. I was talking to a professor friend of mine, and they said they have an AI detector now, where like the students can't just turn in a paper and it'd be AI.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So they have these programs now that they can. Wow. Was this written by AI?
I actually started school at an AI university called Maestro. Yeah, I'm getting my associates in computer science, and AI is teaching me. But it's so patience. I'm like, hey, I have ADHD. Can you break that down for me? And it breaks it down for me. And then I'll be like, do you need to take a nap? And I'm like, yes.
I have the same thing. ADHD, dyslexia. I mean, all of these things for my teachers as a kid were like, you're never going to make it in any business. You're too
I
all
think
over.
creatives are more ADHDers than anybody else. But we also have like a million projects open and none are finished. So
Unfinished projects.
yes, I that's me. Um, okay, so well, now that that book was wrong, and you told me already that the book was Guilty by Association, which is a way better title than Memoirs of an Angel or ChatGPT.
So it's way better.
Okay, so I want to talk about the politics of hip hop right now. I know, like, it's a kind of a touchy subject, you know, the whole Adam 22 situation and
What is the Adam 22 situation?
the no jumper situation.
What happened?
Yeah, you know.
No, I'm saying, which one? I mean,
Oh,
you got like,
well,
he's got the girlfriend thing or the wife thing. He's got the,
he's all over the place.
Chris Mack. You got, all of these things going on. I mean, but I've met Adam a couple of times. He's always been super nice to me.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
so I don't really,
Yeah.
and here's the other thing about, the politics and all of this stuff.
Right.
The reason why I've lasted this long in this business is I don't necessarily listen to what everybody else is saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I deal with people one-on-one, and how they deal with me is how I deal with them.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody says what they can about or says what they want about Diddy, but my experiences with him is not that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, there was a time where Diddy and I were going to have a meeting, and I said, look, I got to go to Santa Barbara. My grandma just called me, and she just had a double knee surgery. She called me crying. She said they didn't give her pain medication. The nurses are ignoring her, all of this kind of stuff. And he goes, where? With Santa Barbara. Why Santa Barbara? I said, that's where I'm from. Got to go to Cottage Hospital. I'll talk to you later. And he's like, no, family first. Go. So I get to Santa Barbara, which is an hour and a half from Los Angeles. And by the time I get there, I get off the elevator and the whole floor is buzzing. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, and I see people coming in and out of my grandma's room. I'm like, oh no, something happened. So I walk up and there's a room full of flowers and every nurse on the floor is standing in there like fluffing their pillows and doing all of this. I'm like, what the hell happened? She goes, Sean called. And I'm like, what? Who's Sean? And she goes, Diddy. And I'm like, Diddy? She goes, yeah, Diddy called and said I was a very important person and they needed to take care of me.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay.
That's one redeeming quality I see there.
That's the guy I know.
Yeah.
So all of this extra stuff, and like I've always said, if you were trying him on the Cassie case, then yeah, he should have. Yeah. If it was a domestic violence case, then yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that would have been it. But I mean, this case was not a domestic violence case, and he got sentenced off that.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Well, they should put that in the documentary then. I think they just highlight everything bad and nothing good.
But everything was making money. The documentary on Netflix and 50 Cent, and it kept all of these platforms relevant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what?
Okay, well, you're a really big hip hop head, obviously. So how do you feel about two of the greatest rappers going head to head right now? And whose side are you on? You know who they are.
Well, I mean, Kendrick, of course, is...
No. I'm talking about the recent ones.
Like who?
50 Cent and T.I.
Oh, you're talking about that.
I feel like those are your boys. Well,
I mean, I don't know 50 Cent really well. I've only met him a couple of times. But, T.I. I've never met, I don't think. But I think that, look, the kind of stuff that's going on in hip hop is no different than NWA. It's no different than Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and all of that. It's a formula that works. Controversy sells. Everyone always goes over the line. You know what I mean? And takes it into personal. Look at the Drake and Kendrick thing.
But to have beef with 50, like, he gets dirty. Like, he's not playing with music anymore. He's playing with families. He's playing with people's names and their characters. Like, with Drake and Kendrick, it was like, I can rap better than you. Let me see what you can do. But with 50 and 50 just goes to a whole another level of pettiness.
Well, it's too soon to tell how it's going to pan out.
Yeah.
But, with the Drake thing, Drake was that guy. I mean, look at how many wars he won. Yeah. And he went one too many times to the well. Yeah. And, he brought a knife to a gunfight. And who knows, in this current situation, it doesn't look like 50 has the upper hand right now.
Yeah.
But who knows in a week?
Well, he has a documentary coming.
Who knows? But that could backfire. It could do well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, if he drops a documentary, it's gonna get a lot of scrutiny. And one of the things about that is T.I. is very respected.
Do you feel like the diss tracks, they help or hurt them?
Do I think that the track,
like the diss, you know how they go back and forth and they like mudsling each other? Do you think it hurts or helps the artist?
well, I think that these current diss tracks are doing T.I.'s family a lot of good.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now, I mean, the kids are a household name. Everybody's hearing their other records, and it just made everybody more famous, and it brought T.I. back to relevance. And not that he was irrelevant, but I'm saying to a new audience. You know?
Okay, so that brings me to my next question. Do you think that it is staged? Do you think that this is like, hey, let's beef with each other and get more, because we have albums coming out, you know how that goes.
It would set up a great versary.
Because I feel like that's kind of what's happened. And they had a versus that they were supposed to do a while back, and they didn't do it.
Well, I mean, let's go back to what we were talking about with politics. The whole world seems a bit WWE at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying the NFL has a script. They're saying the NBA has a script. They're saying WWE has a script. The politics have a script. And,
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're talking about very big budget, billions of dollars at stake moments.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, can you really say that all of it isn't scripted?
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
So what's real anymore?
That's a good.
What do you think is real at this moment?
That is a great question. You know, like I was saying in the beginning of this, one of the things I was talking to Quick about was, why does it always seem Wizard of Oz? You know, you get to these doors and then you pull back the curtain thinking, finally, I'm going to get this bit of knowledge. And then it's just another door with more smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
So like we were saying, like, yeah, now, okay, the war, the this, that, and the other, the aliens. Oh, are we going to find out about aliens now? And then you're going to find out, oh, well, here's one little piece of it and to be continued.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But now they're actually admitting that there's aliens, but now where are they? What do they do? Where are they at? Who do they talk to? Do you guys talk to them?
Open another door. Is it the ocean? Is it religion? Is it space? Or is the earth flat? You know, all of these things that just...
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Like, my grandfather was in the CIA, and I said to him, I said, are aliens real? And he said, yeah, but it's not up, it's down.
Ooh.
And I'm like, so the ocean? And he just said...
That's giving me the chilly willies. I got the chills.
But if you think about it, we've explored more of space than we have.
And there ain't nothing up there. Clearly, they just keep orbiting.
It's all the Truman Show at this point.
You're absolutely right. That's what I feel like. And I'm like, with this whole Trump, I'm not going to even talk about Trump, but just the whole, everything happening, it just seems like a movie. It's like, this is a movie. This is not real.
You know, a friend of mine had dinner with Trump not that long ago, and he goes, damn, I just don't get it. And he goes, what are you talking about? He goes, the guy that you see on TV is not him. It's like he's playing a part. Like, he goes out there and he says those things. When you're having dinner with him, he's super intelligent, super funny, and a nice guy. Like, you know, opens the doors for the ladies, all of that kind of stuff. But then it's like watching an actor. Like, you know, and we had to sign NDAs as we were leaving and, you know, all of this kind of stuff. So I can't tell you some of the stuff that he was saying, but he goes, the only thing that I can tell you is he's not that guy.
He has to play the villain.
Yeah, it's like it's all a scripted show.
Yeah.
And if you go back to like even the JFK era, there was a guy, you remember the picture of Lyndon Johnson being sworn in on Air Force One after John F. Kennedy died, standing next to Jackie Onassis?
No, I don't know that.
There's a famous picture inside Air Force One as they're loading in the casket of JFK, where Lyndon Johnson is taking the presidential oath of office. And there's a little guy sitting against the window looking. That guy's name is Jack Valente.
Okay.
And he was the president of the Motion Picture Association of America.
of America.
So he's the head of the movie division in Hollywood.
Oh, I see it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you see this little guy in the background and you go,
Scripted.
is it all scripted in a show?
Yeah.
I mean, the moon landing, you had Stanley Kubrick say he directed it on a soundstage. And
I mean, I feel like it just started becoming nutty though recently, like as of like 2021 or COVID era.
well, there's another one.
Yeah, they're actually linking COVID to Epstein now, from what I hear, and like
you all have whoever got the jab got Epstein DNA.
Yeah.
And with that,
I feel like we could be here for hours and just like within this rabbit hole of like conspiracies. And honestly, even if they are like, people were like, no, Pizzagate's fake for so long, and it's like, now we don't know what's fake or real anymore.
we don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. All we know is music. So
Yeah.
we know that music is real, podcasting, photography, everything that is in front of us at the present moment, like everything else on CNN and social media, I'm like, I can't believe any of that.
True that.
Okay, so we talked to.
Yeah, we gotta.
Okay, yeah.
We're supposed to be out of here at 3.
Okay.
Say we have 5 minutes.
Okay, well,
5 minutes?
Yeah, we have 5.
okay, so we gotta skip to the end. Okay, so just looking forward, where do you see yourself now, like in 5 years?
I don't. The one thing that I've learned is to live in the moment. I don't see myself in the past, in the future. The only place I see is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's funny because a lot of people say that I don't look at time like normal people. I look at everything is happening right now.
Yeah.
There really is no past. There really is no future. Everything, it's funny because a friend of mine said to me the other day, I hadn't seen him in 20 years. And we picked up the conversation right where we left off.
Yeah.
Like the last time I saw him, we said blank. And I picked it up right there and said something that was a content. And he was just like, dude, he goes, it's like, I haven't seen you in 20 years, but no time has gone by. It's like right where we left off.
Yeah.
And I said, well, they say that time isn't linear, that there's no such thing.
Yeah.
There's time travel. It's just dimension.
Yeah.
So, I just look at it as this space and time. This is where I am.
That's kind of the only way to live, is in the present. I feel like if you keep looking back, you're not going to be able to see what's in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a what if person. I'm not a worst case scenario person. I'm not a.
Yeah. You just seem very chill. I feel like people go to you and they're like, Damizza's going to calm me down.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. One thing he could change about the industry right now, present day.
I wouldn't, it's so gatekeepy and it's so dark.
Yeah.
Today I was talking to TriStar about just how hip hop and the music business has just gotten dark.
Yeah.
It used to be dance, Holiday by Madonna, a lot of
Club
You
bangers.
Can't Touch This, and club bangers, that made you feel good, all of this. And now, even the Olympics started off with a really dark, pentagram thing
did it?
going on. Did you see the Olympics?
No, I have to look into that.
Watch the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
I was focused on snooping.
Yeah, it was rituals and things.
Oh, wow.
It
That's
was really.
I have to look that up. That's another rabbit hole I'm going to dive into.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just gotten really dark.
Okay. Oh, one more thing. What is one thing that you can tell the artists, the young artists right now? What is something that you want to tell them going forward into this industry?
A lot of people say this, but I don't think it really sinks in because so many people have said it to where people discredit it. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Just believe that whatever it is that you have in your soul that says, I am this and this is what I want to do, it's very possible. And that's your instinct saying, this is what you should be doing. It's just about not getting discouraged on your way to it.
Yeah.
And I think that when people are skipping down the yellow brick road, they stop and look at the scarecrow, they stop and talk to the Tin Man, and sometimes their best interests aren't yours.
Yeah.
So other people's opinions are none of your concern.
Yeah.
Like, use them as a compass, but don't use it as a roadmap. Surround yourself with people smarter than you and take in wise counsel, but don't believe everything that everybody else says, because perception is reality, but perspective is the ultimate reality. And the only perspective that matters is yours.
I like that. Yeah, I can take that in myself. So, all right, famous last words. Perspective is your reality.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Merry Christmas.
I'm Anissa with trapLA, and this is Damizza. I'm out. Bye.